Lycurgus and Sparta. According to the Spartans, about 700 BC, a semi-legendary figure named Lycurgus established a number of social and political institutions that made Sparta a great power of Greece. He started an educational system that produced men of military strength and loyal soldiers. It all began at birth. If a newly born baby was weak or sickly, it was abandoned and left to die on a mountain slope. At the age of 7, a boy came under the control of the city and remained so until his death. He was to live together with the other boys in a camp, and the training process started. The boys learned to read and write and were taught music and poetry. Most importantly, however, they were taught discipline, courage, and virtue. Each boy exercised a lot and competed in violent games and fights. They were forced to steal, but if caught, the boys were punished for being careless and unskillful. Their training continued into manhood. The girls were also brought up in a strict manner. They had to exercise their bodies to make them grow strong in order to be able to deal easily with childbirth. Sparta did not adopt a coinage system like other Greek cities because wealth was not desirable and was regarded without envy and prestige. Trade was forbidden both within and outside the city. Every citizen had an equal share of land to live on. They were also forbidden to travel, except on army expeditions during times of war, in order that they might not be exposed to foreign behaviors and ideas. The Spartans were very patriotic Greeks and fought for their state until their death. They had adopted a system of living where there was little individual freedom and where order and discipline ruled. Lycurgus also set up a type of government at Sparta that was a form of oligarchy. A few wealthy aristocrats held the power, but the city's constitution retained its kings of the previous age. No individual was able to become too powerful. The government consisted of 2 kings who were the generals of the army. The executive power lay in the hands of 5 magistrates called ephors. The ephors were the judges of the city and dealt with internal and foreign affairs. They obtained advice from the council of elders, which consisted of 28 ex-magistrates. A second council of the Spartan people, Spartiates, called the assembly, also existed. This council had the right to reject or approve any proposals put before them. Sparta controlled about 2/5 of the Peloponnese. During the 8th century BC, Sparta conquered Laconia and Messenia and their inhabitants. See map on page 87. In the Spartan social structure, these inhabitants were divided into 2 groups: the Helots, who were slaves who worked the land to supply the food for the Spartiates, and the Perioeci, who were freed men but were socially inferior. Both groups would also have to join the Spartan army in times of war.